What's going on, everybody? This is Nick from House of Paint 203 bringing you part one of the Hill Giant series. Hill Giant going to be the second giant that I complete on this channel. The first, of course, being the Storm Giant from Wave 12. Hill Giant has been out for a while, but this is actually the first time that I am painting him. I've painted every giant thus far except for the Hill Giant, so I am very excited to crack into the Hill Giant here. Before we get started, just a friendly reminder to smite like and slam subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the latest content that I'm putting out there in my quest to paint the manual. One of my New Year's resolutions is to bring you a monster a week in a 3-part series. So trying to get going with that here. So my end goal, 52 monsters for 2021. We'll see if I'm up to snuff. I do have a pretty decent pipeline going here. So as you can see, the Hill Giant I have primed in black, but check out this clip because I'm going to be showing you what it actually is going to look like when you get this model in the blister pack.
All right, so here is the Hill Giant as he would come in the blister pack. There's the back. That's what we're looking at here. I'd be looking for a similar color scheme to him, the way the artwork is depicted on the back of the box. But I just wanted to show you guys that before I go ahead and prime him in black.
All right, and of course, here we are once again with the model primed in black. So I'm going to jump right in here with this figure. Pretty sizable figure, rather top heavy. It does have the large pack that the Hill Giant is carrying around. To start off, I'm going to start off with his flesh. And I'm going to be giving his flesh a base coat of a Ruddy skin slash heavy skin tone mixture. So I'm going to get underneath his straps here. Even in the base coat phase, I'm trying to follow the natural folds of the flesh. That took quite a while. Jump into his arms here. Really just following the contours of the muscles. This is a pretty thin layer by design. As a first coat over here was a little too thin. You see the blotchiness right there, but I'm going to use this second coat to kind of act as almost like a minor highlight. Man, that was an effort and a half. This guy's got a lot of flesh. A surprisingly stacked model, heavy model too. And I forgot one whole layer of flesh right there, it looks like. So, oh boy. Oh, and then he's gone. I think what we'll do next is move on to his pants here, because I've found this giant pack of his is a very convenient grip to be able to hold this model. So I think I'll get to that last, and I'll go on ahead and move to his pants. I'm going to go in and just kind of base coat this with a mixture of khaki and heavy brown. He's got like little tokens that he carries around on himself. So we'll have a little fun with those probably in a later phase, maybe part 2. Some nice folds on here that we can really capitalize on in later steps when we start applying the min highlights. Interesting texture on this cloth he's wearing. It's almost like a mesh. Pretty neat. It could lend itself to some pretty effective dry brushing as we move along. Double checking the pantaloons. Alright, I'm gonna stop here for the cloth because I want to get his, it looks like he's got some wrapping on his feet, and I want to make those look like kind of a dirty cloth. Making sure I have these darker colors in the recesses. Darker colors meaning areas of my base coat that are now thinned out from drying and are showing through to the black primer. All right, so Hill Giant now has painted pants. I'm gonna go down in here to his feet and ankles. You kind of want to make it look like he was wearing moccasins, or at least some kind of sandaled shoe. So I'm gonna actually give the main figure a chance to dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into the pack that he's wearing. All right, I think as a base coat on his pack, I'm gonna use a bit of a heavy Siena. I wanna go with a darker brown for his pack here. On the more prominent folds, I am pretty much painting the whole way through, and I'm just trying to leave just a little bit of black in the recesses to really catch those shadowy effects that the primer gives me. I'm leaving this patch here because I'm going to give that a separate color to try and vary up the pack a little bit, because it is one of the larger focal points of the model, so I definitely want to give it the attention that it deserves when it's on the table. All right, so first coat of that heavy sienna is on and applied to the main portion of the bag at least. I'm actually pretty stoked. This is the first time I'm getting to use my my olive green, my camo green. Oh, pretty sweet. So yeah, I actually really like that. So again, applying thin coats. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go in here now. Just gonna try to sketch out the green portion of the pack over here. All right. least it looks like he's got some protection. Really do like that that green on this bag. So I think I'm gonna go back with the olive green and just kind of touch up the upper areas here, because I am gonna want those to have a little bit more color to them. I'm gonna go back with my heavy sienna. Do the same thing I just did with my green, and just kind of go over the raised areas in certain spots. Bag is looking pretty good. Let's see, I kind of want to stick with the bag a little bit. Gotta also go down into his straps on his chest. We still have some stuff to do. All right, moving back in here, gonna work on this patchwork. So I've mixed a khaki with Otyugh brown. I'll be covering predominantly the entire patch. So there's one of the patches. I think he had another one somewhere too. Start outlining the larger portion of the pack here, using the side of my brush. Again, just using the side of my brush to kind of graze over. Yeah, so these areas where I nicked the fabric that's kind of getting squeezed out of the netting there, I'm going to be going back over. Let's see here. All right, now I think we can move on to his ankles and then his stick. What I'd really like to do now is start touching up these straps of his. So for this, I'm going to be going with a Rhinox hide. I'm gonna try to get some Rhinox hide on his club up here as well. Patch on the back of his pants here. I think I'm going to use my olive green. I'm going to go back to my olive. I think the last order of business for part one is going to be his little socks. For his socks here, or I shouldn't say his socks, but like his ankle straps, I'm going to be using a Rakarth flesh. I think I'm ready to call part one complete. This was a trial and a half base coating this this fine gentleman, but I think we're set up to have a lot of fun in the detailing phases here. So again, the Hill Giant from Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures and WizKids Games, almost completely base coated. I purposely left certain parts out, such as the latches and whatnot on his belts and his pants, the bottom of his little moccasins down here, certain parts of his club, all that stuff, his hair, his eyes, the base, of course. We'll get to all of that in parts 2 and 3. This part was mostly about blocking out the colors the main colors that I want for him, and from there we can move forward to really bringing him up to much higher level of detail. As always, I thank you for joining me. Information on how to follow me on all my social media platforms is immediately following the video, as is information on how to follow Dominic Marriott of Credit UK and Mike Donnarummo of MVD Studios. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.